So everything that I've learned about YouTube says that I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, and I promise I'm gonna get to the video in 1 second, but I just wanted to put this disclaimer up front. I almost didn't make this video. I actually rewrote this script 3 different times because I wasn't really getting the point that I was trying to get across, the point that made me wanna make this video, and I think that I've reached the point where I am now getting the point that I want to get across to help you. If you've clicked on this video, my sole purpose is to help you. But I just want to say that the point of this video is not to say that having people rely on you or you relying on people is bad. That is not the point that I'm trying to make. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments and let's get to the video. You ever notice how easy it is to become the one person that someone always comes to? And it doesn't happen all at once. It starts small. Maybe someone comes to you with a problem and you help them figure it out in a way that never even occurred to them before. And they tell you how smart you are, how much they admire you, and maybe how they wish that they could be more like you. And at first it feels good. It does. It's validating to know that people see you as someone that has their life together, as someone who can always figure it out. But then it happens again and again and again until something changes. You start to realize that being the strong one comes with its own set of rules. You can't have a bad day. You don't get to admit when you're struggling. And you can't say that you don't know what you're doing either because, well, what happens if they knew that you were just as lost as they are? So you keep performing, you keep being the strong one, the one that has all of the answers. And the whole time you're carrying this secret weight of your own, this fear that if you let them down, if you show them that you're human, they'll be devastated or worse. Maybe they'll leave. So today we're talking about what happens when you forget that being strong doesn't mean never falling apart. So, how did you become the strong one, anyways? Maybe it started when you were young. Maybe you were the oldest sibling and had to keep it together in a house full of chaos. Or maybe you were just the friend that everyone came to because you seemed to have your shit figured out. Or maybe it happened later. Maybe you built something people admired, a career or a brand or a reputation for being the person who knows what to do. And with that came expectations. People started looking to you for more than just guidance. They wanted proof that things could work out if they just did what you said. But you didn't volunteer for that role. You didn't wake up one day and say, I want to be responsible for other people's happiness. People just started treating you like you had all the answers. And at some point, you accepted it because honestly, it felt easier than correcting them, easier than saying you don't actually know what you're doing either. And maybe somewhere along the way, you started believing it too. You started believing that being the strong one was who you were, that having it together wasn't just something you did, it was your identity. And if you ever stopped being that person, if you ever admitted that you were struggling, then who even are you? And it's that moment right there where it gets dangerous because now now you're not just performing for them, you're performing for yourself. You've convinced yourself that needing help means that you're weak and that weakness means that you've somehow failed. So you don't let yourself have a bad day. You don't admit when you're struggling. You don't ask for help because asking for help would mean admitting that you're not as strong as you thought you were. And that, my friend, that terrifies you. Because what if you're not actually the person everyone thinks you are? What if you've been performing this character, this superhero in a cape for so long that you don't even know what real strength looks like anymore? Now you can't have that. So you keep going. You keep being the one who has it together even though you're falling apart inside. And the whole time you're telling yourself that it's fine. This is just what being strong looks like. This is just what being responsible looks like. This is what being a good person looks like. But let me tell you something. You are exhausted and you're probably lonely and you're terrified that if you ever let anyone see how much you're struggling, they'll think you were never as strong to begin with. You need to hear me when I say this. Being strong doesn't mean you never struggle. It doesn't mean you always have all the answers. And it damn sure doesn't mean carrying everything on your own without ever putting it down. See, real strength is admitting when you don't know what to do. Real strength is asking for help. Real strength is letting other people see you fall apart and trusting that they're still going to be there when you get back up because you will get back up. And I know that's hard to believe. I know you've spent so long being the one people count on that you don't even know how to let someone else help hold you up. But here's the thing, the people who actually love you, they don't just love the strong version of you. They don't just love the version of you that has it all figured out. They love you, the real you, the messy, uncertain, still trying to figure this shit out you. And they want to be there for you because they care about you. And caring about someone means being there for them when they're struggling, not just when they have it together. So when you don't let them in, when you don't let them see you struggling, you're not protecting them. You're robbing them of the chance to show up for you the way that you've shown up for them. You're telling them that they're not strong enough to handle your weight. And that's not fair to them. It's definitely not fair to you either. So here's what I want you to consider. What if being strong didn't mean never falling apart? What if it meant falling apart and still showing up anyway? What if the bravest thing that you could do wasn't having all of the answers, but admitting when you don't? What if strength was admitting you're struggling right now and that you need help? That's terrifying, right? It's vulnerable, which is the whole point of this conversation. That's admitting you're human, which is difficult for you to do. Trust me, I know. But it's also honest. And honesty is hard. Honesty requires you to take the mask off, to stop pretending, to let people see you exactly as you are, not as they think you need to be. And I'm not going to lie to you. That's scary because what if they don't understand? What if they judge you? What if they realize you're not as strong as they thought and they leave? Those fears those fears are valid. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're not. But here's what I've learned. The people who leave when you show up as yourself, they were never there for you in the first place. They were there for what you could do for them. But the people who stay, the ones who see you struggling and don't run, those are your people. Those are the ones worth keeping because they're not there because you're useful. They're there because they care about you and you deserve that. You deserve people who love you for who you are, not just for what you can do for them. So take the cape off for God's sake and put that weight down. Let yourself be human. This has been Soul Searching. My name is Landon. I'll see you next time.